Alright guys, so here's the moment of truth. We're going to do the BMW. People have been saying it's better. It doesn't spin the tires out of the corners, so there's only one way to really find that out for yourself, and that's to drive it yourself. So I'm going to let you know if this thing's still crap or if it's good now. Hopefully it's good. I want it to be good. I want it to do what the AMG can do out of the corners. I want it to be fun to drive. Nurburgring takes forever to freaking load. So I did. Excuse me. We got 57.6 with the Mercedes. Did a 56.9 with the Audi. So we'll see what we can do here with the Beamer. I have no idea what set to use or if I even have sets. Guess this is the only set I have. Just gonna have to run some laps, see where the tire pressures are. We are gonna just turn this traction control off because that's the only way to really test it against the other cars, because I don't have traction control on in the other cars. So one is off, so traction control is off. Alright, what do we have?
Bumper probably about 5 out. 5 out. Keep digging, man.
I think we got a race car. I think I need to adjust my force feedback a little bit, but I'm not gonna get excited yet. But this thing's doing all right so far, but only one corner. Alright. A little bit of understeer. Pretty planted on the gas. Steering feels a lot lighter, but I think a lot of that has to do with the wheel itself. Heavier wheel, bigger diameter. Sweet. A little bit of understeer on entry right now. Seeing what it feels like in a slide. Alright, I just need to drive the car. But right now. I just kind of want to spin out pretty quick. Still got that Beamer quality. Let's just drive it, see what happens. Yeah, no, I've wanted this set up since I was like 5 years old, so I think everybody wants something like this eventually. It's took me a couple years to put it together, but pretty stoked on it. Alright, let's see what kind of car we got here. It does have that characteristic stiff as a board feel. I'm just not getting a lot of... It's not getting a lot of feedback from the car. Might have two stiff springs in it or something like that. Kind of has that above the track feel right now that the Audi had. Very interesting sound with that high-pitched squeal, whatever that is. Sounds great. Sounds completely different than the other two cars. Tons understeer right there. I'm actually gonna try and do both this season, F1 and GT3. But you're always in danger of biting off more than you can chew, so felt really good through there. It feels, I mean, I'm not running traction control, and it's not spinning the tires like it used to. Go down to first here, give it a little aggressive with the gas. It spins them, but it's not like kicking out sideways too crazy. Let's get aggressive here. So it feels light like the Audi, but of course it has more of the overall balance of their Mercedes with the lightness of the Audi. This is going to be a fun season in GT3. I think all three of these cars are going to be a lot of fun to drive. I mean, that is planted coming out of that corner. He used to just roast the tires coming out of corners like that. I think our front springs are too stiff right now. Oh, I got a qualifying set in this thing. So first thing we need to do is fill it up with fuel, I guess. Alright, before we run any more laps, I'm gonna fill it up with fuel. Right now I'm in the freaking Beamer and it feels amazing compared to how it used to feel. Let's put some fuel in it. So what do we got at ride heights? 50, 45, and 57. Man, this thing's a lot lower than the other two cars. 45 and 57. Fill it up with gas. Back to 45. Got a 57. Let's soften up these front springs. Go on 2 clicks in the front and go 1 click in the rear. Softer. Just kind of want to get that more in the track feel that we found when we softened up the springs in the Audi. Alright, let's see what we got. Now it's got more fuel in it. It should actually feel a little more planted, heavier. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me there. I'm looking at those pressures. Ah, shoot. What were the pressures at just now? I don't know. I'll do a couple more laps and then see what's up. I guess that wasn't even enough laps to really make a good judgment off their pressures in the first place. I wish the wheel gave me a little bit more feedback, to be honest. Well, a little bit better with the turn in. So I think I need to bump up the force feedback some more. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Yeah, it's definitely already turning in better. Feels so planning through that chicane. It probably feels better in the other two cars through that chicane. It's got the planted, or it's got the stability of the Mercedes through there with the ability to change direction, the lighter feeling of the Audi. It really feels like a mix between the Audi and the Mercedes. I just love how I can get on the gas right there in first gear and it's not roasting the tires with the traction control off. Not possible a couple seasons ago. I guess my only trouble is the lack of feeling in the steering with it right now. The reason it kicked there is a just really abrupt shift from first to second for some reason, so it kind of kicked me loose. So BMW coming out of that corner in the rear end, but I think we can definitely get rid of that with some setup work. It's not nearly like it used to be. There was no drama coming over that curb on the right. So I use a little bit better turn in, but we're going the right direction. so much smoother over these curbs than either of the other two cars. Just need to get rid of some of this understeer. Tires could be too low right now. That is a pretty old set. Surprised I actually even have a set for the car. Oh, wow, this thing feels pretty good. Already running the same time. 57 flat? Are you kidding me? Thought it was gonna be a 57.7. So I just ran the same time I did in the Audi on my second lap in this thing. I think the debate is not whether I want to drive the Audi or the Beamer. Pretty sure I'm putting the Mercedes on the back burner, but like I said, I don't want to drive all three for a couple weeks, but that lap time right there just kind of shocking if I'm being perfectly honest. Just gonna do a couple laps more to see what my tire pressures are at. So much. Let's see what she does. Oh, jeez. And I died. I want to see what it would do in a slide situation. I don't think it's quite as easy to counter slides. I think that just comes down to a lack of steering feel in this car. It's a lot easier over the curbs. I think I could have saved that if I would have just lifted a little bit, but I want to see what it would have done if I didn't lift. Okay, so tire pressures are too high in the front. Go down 2 clicks in the front. Do that. Save this as Grand Prix. Now let's see. Let's see if I make this. Got tons of roll bar in the front right now. So we can bring this down. Let's bring that down to like a 6. Just gonna down to 5. See how that feels. So again, I'm softening up the front roll center compared to the rear. And you know what? A lot of reason we might be lacking steering feel is this caster, because I can't remember what the Mercedes is, but I believe the Audi is like 11 degrees of caster. So that might be something I start messing with. Right now, we'll soften up the front roll bar just to soften up the roll stiffness of the front of the car. It's going to make it better over the curbs too, which is not really an issue. But it should give us a little bit more oversteer by making the front a little bit softer than the rear. I think the Audi's still easier to control on a slide than this car. I think you can drive the car with the throttle a little bit easier in the Audi, but again, I think messing with that caster setting in here and putting more caster, and it might help with the heavier steering feel and more communication between me and the car. Roll bar, I already feel it helping it turn the car a little bit more. Still want a little bit more rotation though. Just doesn't feel like the front tires are really biting into the track. Still has that on top of the track feel, not really in the track feel. Feels pretty in the track under acceleration as far as the rear tires are concerned. So the fronts feel like they're just sliding a little bit to me more than I'd like. Right now what's happening is the front's kind of pushing out, and then if I'm going too fast on a corner, then it just does this little four-wheel slide, so it's very controllable right now. Just smooth is better through that chicane as far as the curbs. It's almost like there's nothing even there. Really love the way it gets the power down there, super stable. Dang, this might be the fastest out of all three of them. Seems like things are going that way. And it's funny because probably, I don't know, it's hard to say what's my favorite between mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, and front-engine, rear-wheel drive, but I grew up always driving front-engine, rear-wheel drive, because that's what normal people do. And this car kind of ruined that whole thing for me, so maybe it can bring it back, because I think it's a great-looking car. I mean, it's totally controllable when it slides. It's not as controllable as the other two. It's a little bit more twitchy. But it's not like it used to be. I can just really attack that section so much more than I can the other two. That's probably where I'm getting most of my speed, is that corner right now, that section. Yeah, turning in a little bit better there. I've got to be able to go fast, and it feels like I'm going through there like, oh, kind of got weird on that curb.
Alright, man. Get that rhythm back.
Never really driven on that curb regardless in any of the other cars. Probably shouldn't do it in this car. It's got weird on me.
Minute 5:29.
Yeah, I like the way it gets to that last corner. Nice and stable. Needs a little more rotation.
7.4.
This thing's fast, so. This thing is very fast. This thing is fast. I'm making disbelief right now. Holy moly, this thing is... that's the fastest lap I've done out of all three. Trying fifth gear up through here. Yeah, just trying to take too much right there. Alright, well, I think that's about as long as I need to make this video. So I can do a lot more work on that set. And get it even faster. Now let's go back to that, it's not as easy to control a slide as it is the Mercedes or the Audi, but it's not like bad. And again, I think setup work would help a lot. It's just, it's such a huge improvement over the old Beamer. It's pretty cool. Plus, it's got the best paint job out of all three right now. And you get those sweet backfires. Come on now. I'm debating between the Audi and the Beamer as of this moment. I think they're both awesome cars. I think they're going to be the two fastest cars in the series. I think they're dang close to each other. I think if a top team picks the Mercedes, it'll be super fast too, but I think it's... right now, with my setup, it's just lacking a little bit. And this is just so much better over the curbs than the Audi is right now. It is running a lot softer springs, especially in the rear. Like, I can't even feel going through this second chicane, let alone that high speed chicane where it's just super smooth over it. Like this, it just feels like a perfectly smooth surface. Yeah, I guess I think I'm gonna call it for the stream and the video and all that fun stuff. I hope if you stuck around for all three, I hope you enjoyed it all. But I will see you guys later.